Fears for food supply as radioactive water pours from Stricken Reactor. Radioactive water was pouring from a damaged reactor at Japan's crippled Fukushima nuclear plant last night, with officials warning it will soon reach the sea. The contaminated samples were found outside the reactor building for the first time, causing concern that soil and sea in the surrounding area will be poisoned. Efforts to contain the crisis at the Stricken complex, which was hit by a massive earthquake and towering tsunami earlier this month, have been hampered by repeated setbacks. The crisis has begun to fray relations between the embattled government and the power utility, widely blamed for creating confusion over the real extent of the crisis. That confusion has spurred import bans on Japanese products abroad, the flight of some 160,000 foreigners from Tokyo, an embargo on food from the affected region, and a global debate on the future of the nuclear industry. Japan's energy giant TEPCO was yesterday accused by the government of making unforgivable mistakes in its handling of the country's worsening crisis after releasing startling high radiation figures which it later retracted. This sort of mistake is not something that can be forgiven, said government spokesman Yukio Edano. TEPCO's vice president Sakamoto promised to do better after company officials sent their own workers fleeing from the plant on Sunday when the reported radiation levels 10 million times higher than normal. The figure turned out to be a miscalculation. Several foreign energy firms said yesterday, okay, I'm just going to let you read the rest of it, I'll link it. But if they made a mistake in the calculation of the level of the radiation in the water, previously what we have going possibly, or as a threat to reach the sea, and its level is under question. I don't mean to throw a question on everything, but when you make a mistake that big, and but you hear what I'm saying. We don't know anything. We get reports. We're told things, but we don't know the truth. But that's what we have to live with right now. That the radioactive water is going to go into the sea, contaminate our seafood and life. I just had to report this. That's all.